Hey everyone, welcome back here to my channel where I play Plants 2. My name is Nissa and today we're gonna take a look at another mod being the Lowland Paca. This mod is made by bubblywums and GiornoPizza, and as you can see on the picture here below me, it has this gorgeous reddish color, though I have seen some that also have a more neutral brown color. And then they have these patterns that for me most remind me of the civils, where they have spots, but some of the spots grow in together and combine into lines instead. Some of the individuals seems to have more lines than others, of course, and then they do have this very mousy face, which is natural since they are rodents. They are four-legged and they do seems to not have the thumbs, which some rodents do. Big rounded eyes and triangular ears. Going into the game here, we have a few things going on. First of all, how cute is that? Again, glitching, keep in mind that my computer set may not have none of yours. We're gonna start here in Zoopedia, Lowland Paca. It's not the alpaca, but it's a paca. Cuniculus paca. Least concerned animal and population in the world is unknown. They are from North and South America, that being Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, French Guiana, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, Colombia, Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Honduras, and Belize, introduced into Cuba and Algeria. So yeah, in this area more specifically, but for all of us who's from this part of the world, it's roughly like the north part of the south and the south part of the north. Aquatic, grassland, and tropical biome, and one of them need 250 square meters of land and 60 of water, so they do take a fair amount of space. However, it is, when you get a lot of them, easier to handle, if you ask me, because it will be less per individual. Living places from 13 to 42 degrees, so remember to give them a heater if you have a colder climate. Grade 1 fence above 1 feet, being around 30 centimeters, so they are fairly easy to keep in captivity. Group sizes from 4 to 20, that's up to 9 males and up to 19 females, or just 20 of each. Mated pair with young dominance. I'm not completely sure what that means. I understand they're monogamous, but does that mean it's only one mating pair and then the rest of the 20 is their offspring? I'm not sure. Gregarious, all mature offspring are tolerated in the group, so it could be that. They are confident around humans, and humans can enter their habitat. The males grow to about 60 to 82 centimeters long, being 2 feet to 2.5 feet. That's not true. 2 feet. 2 feet 8 or something like that. And the same for the female. Live for around 12.5 years and weigh between 7 and 12 kilos, being between 15 and 30 pounds, I think. Reach sexual maturity at 1 year old and can reproduce until they die. Will give 1 or 2 offspring a year and be pregnant for 5 months, which is not that often for rodents, actually. That's quite rarely. Very easy to get to reproduce in captivity. Of course, they are rodents. For enrichment, we have the balloons. I assume they are made of the capybara, but I'm not sure. Balloons here, rubber ducky. Not balloons. small balls, plant scream, sprinkler, hot spring, water tap, both of them, submarine, buoy, water jet, both of them. For food enrichment, here we have the underwater feeders of the green, the plant variation. We don't often use that one. Small barrel feeder and melon feeder. And going into interspecies enrichment, they have none, which is a little sad because they would really benefit for it. Now, this is my Parma wallaby and koala habitat, so we don't have a lot of water actually. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna put in a cheat code here. So I'm just gonna drop it over to our penguin habitat so we can see it swim over there. So it will probably go over there in a minute. While we are at it, let's just look at it. Now, some of them are, of course, wet because we have the sprinkler going on in the background. But here we are. And can I just say, yeah, their coloration seems a little more neutral tone compared to this one. But as I said, I did see pictures where it was more like the color we have in the game. I will also mention here, if you can see the small lines here, it's the rig picking through. It happens sometimes, it's not that often. And you need to be at a specific angle to see them. I do not see them as a big issue, especially because most of you will play like this and then they are clearly not visible at all. They are quite beautifully made, and the fur especially looks really, really good. It looks thick compared to other animals we have in the game, and the fluffiness issue is actually quite minimal. We have the back here where some of the hair strands looks weird, but that the way of the game, you can see from up here, it looks perfectly. So good. The face shape, I would say, is a little chunked up. It looks a little more rounded here with the cheekbones, especially on the back side. But besides that, they do actually look good. We have this big dark art. But what I find interesting is that I thought it was a completely black eye compared to the picture. But in here, if you can see, it actually brown and then it have a black narrow pupil. One of these that like this shape. But besides that, they're made a little more cute than realistic for my taste, but besides that, they actually look really, really good. And some people will clearly prefer the more cutesy look for them. I wouldn't mind using them at all. I quite like them. We have the white variation here. Keep in mind that when you buy them, the picture is more gray than white, but it looks good. I think I have 2 of them in here. I bought 20 and these just randomly showed up. So, yeah. This actually looks like a scent cleanse, something that the capybara have. But I think it's only the males for the capybara. This is a female. However, I don't think I can see it on the dark ones. You are facing the light. Well, maybe it's there, but it's really hard to see. But again, white hair on animals sometimes make them a little see-through, and then things like that would be easier to spot. Let's see if a fellow over here is swimming. Where is our little fellow? Of course not swimming. Yeah, we're going for a swim now. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's made either on the capybara or on something else that is bigger, so the game thinks it's bigger, and therefore when it swims it will dive instead of having the head over water. It's not something that's completely awful. You can fix it simply by not having deep enough water to do this, so they will walk through the water instead. Or simply just pretend they are actually diving. You see here it actually looks good with it just with the feet in the water, but that's just That's just what happens. Let's just pull you back home again here. But overall, yeah, they are very, very cute, and they are very small. This wall is 1 meter high, just to comparisons. We also see we have the guest here. So it is an animal you would look down on, but I do feel like something like if you want to go for a petting zoo or anything like that, it would make sense. Now, all of my babies grew up besides one, and this is where we run into issues. Keep in mind, this is the only baby in this habitat. Everyone else is adult, and this is the baby. And it's bigger. And this happens sometimes, and I'm not sure why. But it happens, and that's just what it is. I can ask the mother. They are not obligated to answer me, though. The mothers are very busy most of the time. Most of them have real life jobs besides making all of this. So if they answer, I will either pin a comment or allow them to put a comment below that I will pin with that information if they change them or they have a specific reason for doing so. But it's not something that doesn't happen. I have seen it multiple times before. So it's not something that really breaks the mud for me. But I would like to see how cute the babies could be. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave you here, and as always, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys.